Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So if you want to learn the handstand or the freehold handstand or some other more advanced handstand techniques, I have for you a little tutorials for the handstands, and this is great for beginners to intermediate. So if you want to find out more, let's join and I'll show you how to do them. So first off, let's warm up the wrist because it's quite important. We're going to be on the wrist quite a lot. So we're going to move them from side to side, rotate on each side for at least 8 to 10 repetitions. And then the other side. Okay, and then we're going to put the palms together like this here and press the hands in front of each other. I'm going to go down, up, about 5 times. And then down, up, and again. And down. Awesome, nice one. Then we're gonna just stretch like this for a few seconds, and then again here for a few seconds, and here, that's it. Then just gonna move your fingers like that. And then rotate. Another side. And what you're going to do is either use the floor, so you can be on your knees and use the floor. You can use the wall, something like that. And what we're going to do is move onto our fingers like this and really push off with the fingers. At least 10 to 12 repetitions. Then what we're going to do is grab a band and we're going to do shoulder dislocate. So take it as wide as you can. So the more narrow you are, the harder it is, and the wider you are, the easier it is. Straight arms, pinky outside like this, core tight, squeeze the glutes, soft knees, and then going to rotate like this. Make sure you're not arching your back and you're keeping your core engaged, squeezing the glutes like this. Okay, so you want to do about 10 to 12 repetitions. Awesome. I'll show you from here. So now we're gonna do some exercises to push against the wall. So you can do it on the floor, but it's a bit harder on your knees, or you can do it on the wall like this, and we're gonna push with the fingers like this at least 12 times. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is some shoulder protraction. So we're gonna protract the shoulders, so pushing away from the wall like this. You can walk a bit further back to make it harder, or do a little bit more upright to make it easier. You're gonna push away from the wall and then retract again. So protract and retract without bending your elbows. So your scapula, when it's protracting, they're separating from each other, and when it's retracting, they're coming back to each other. Okay, so they're coming back together, so like this. So 12 times at least. Let's do it 12 times at least. Let's go. Okay, so now we're gonna do a bit of the hamstrings because it's quite important to do some dynamic stretch. So just from here, gonna reach forward like this. Okay, make sure to keep your back straight and really feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Squeeze the glutes. Awesome. Okay, and then we're gonna strengthen a bit the glutes before we go. So here, do some nice stretches, squeeze the glutes, and really focus on the hamstrings and the core. Other side. So next we're gonna do the core. So you can use a wall and we're gonna do an extended plank. You can reach forward, squeeze the glutes, brace your abs, brace your core, and we're gonna be in a hollow shape. The further down you go, the harder it is. All right, so make sure you're really keeping the hollow shape. You're not arching your back, you're not spiking your hips, you're not hunching, and really squeeze the core like this. If you work a bit harder, like this. Okay, so for the first exercise, you're going to grab a band and we're going to do some shoulder protraction. So really to get used to the pushing motion and keeping your handstand tall. So starting like this, you can do standing on your knees. So here, I'm going to come up and I'm going to push forward, up, I'm going to push up. So from here, you're gonna grab your band, go up, squeeze the glutes, brace your core, and you're gonna push up. So shoulders are coming towards your ears and then away from your ears. Keep your knees slightly soft and slightly bent. Your arms shouldn't bend, so it's only coming from the shoulders. So now we're gonna learn the pike. So you have different levels. You can do like a downward dog or you can do like a proper pike. So as a downward dog, I'm using bars so it's easier for the wrist as well. So you're only gripping them but don't have too much of the wrist. So the bars I'm using are the Yin and Yang Pro Kensui bars. And I will leave you the link in the description so you can have a look. And they're great because you can put them together, they take less space and you can bring them where you want. So I leave you the link so you can have a look. For the downward dog, you're gonna start like this. Slight bend in your knees. So you're bending your knees slightly, heads in between your hands, like this. And then from here, you're gonna protract your scapula, like this by shrugging. And try to get comfortable with this position. Once you're comfortable, you can do some shrugs, like we did for the warm-up with the band. Like this. So this time we're gonna learn the pike. So you're gonna bring this time your hips a little bit higher and your hands to the same level, to the same alignment as your knees. So like this, you start in this position with the knees aligned with your hands. You're gonna bring your weight onto your shoulders, and shoulders are gonna be above your wrist or a little bit further forward. And you're gonna keep that position up, like this. Once you're comfortable, you can start shrugging as well. So like this. So now we're ready to do some more advanced shape and learn a bit more on the wall with our feet up. You can either use the bars or do on your hands, but make sure you're pushing with your fingers, you're gripping the floor with your fingers. So you can either do like this with bent knees, or you can do it starting with straight legs to find the right distance. So now, getting started, I'm gonna bring your legs up here. Okay, you're gonna flex your hips in the L-shaped position, brace your core, squeeze the glutes, push your shoulders away from the floor, like we did in a warm-up. Protract your shoulders, shrug the shoulders, keep going. Okay, we're gonna try about 3 times, so 2 more times. So let's go again. So here, squeeze the glutes, brace your core, protract your shoulders, push the floor away from your shoulders. Okay, so we're starting again. So brace your core, squeeze the glutes, push the floor away with your hands, shrug your shoulders, sit, keep going, protract your shoulders. Next we have the tuck slides. So for this one, we're gonna get a little bit closer to the wall, but not completely. And we're gonna slide the knees down. So the important thing is that you keep a slight interior pelvic tilt with the hips. So you're not coming down like this, you're not rounding your back basically. And you wanna keep your knees downwards. So not facing up, but downwards. So you really keep that alignment shape. So I'm gonna show you. So from here, so you can just stay where you want. So I'm gonna keep here. You're gonna keep core braced, squeeze the glutes, and then internally rotate your elbows, your arms, and then you're gonna slide down like this and up. Okay, so it's important you don't round your lower back. So here we're going to keep your core braced, squeeze the glutes, internally rotate your elbows, then push away from the floor with your hands, tighten your core, squeeze your glutes, also engage your legs. Okay, and then we're going to slide, keep your knees down, and don't curve your lower back. Keep your hips slightly anteriorly rotated. Okay, squeeze the glutes, brace your core, keep your arms straight. Make yourself tall. Keep your knees pointing down. Push the floor away with your hands. Squeeze the glutes, brace your abs, keep your elbows in. Knees should be pointing down. And keep your hips and the entire pelvic tilt. And look in between your hands. So now we're gonna do the single leg tuck slides. So for this one, it's gonna be a little bit harder than what we did, but it's still gonna be easier than the other options. So because we're staying a little bit further away from the wall. So for this one, I'm not gonna use the bars, I'm just gonna use my hands to get a better grip. So we're starting like this. I'm gonna go until where you're comfortable. And then you're gonna squeeze the glutes, brace your core, and then push your shoulders away from the floor. Push with your hands, internally rotate your elbows. And from here, we're gonna bring one leg up, and then we're gonna slide down with the other leg. And another side. Make sure to grip the floor with your fingers, brace your core, squeeze the glutes, engage your legs muscles, lie down with the other leg. And another side. Next, we have the bent knees, back to wall handstands. So for this one, you're gonna be facing away from the wall, so this side. So you can start by either finding the same distance as last time for the other exercise with your knees bent like this, and then turning like this. Or you can do with straight legs, finding the right distance, and then starting where is the correct distance. Okay, so we're gonna kick on the wall. So from here, you can also change slightly the distance as it suits you. So you're gonna kick from here. We're gonna bend the knees, squeeze the glutes, brace your core. You're gonna push the floor away with your hands, internally rotate your elbows. Okay, so once you can do this, you're gonna alternate the legs, straighten one after the other. Okay, so keep your knees together. Okay, squeeze the glutes, brace your core. So try to have a slight touch on the wall, less and less, to make it harder. Okay, so squeeze the glutes, brace your core. Okay, keep your elbows internally rotated, squeeze the glutes, lightly touch the wall. The less weight you put on the wall, the harder it is. Extend your legs, squeeze the glutes. Brace your abs. So now we're ready to learn the wall handstands. So only do this one if you feel confident for the other exercises. And then if you're really confident and you have warmed up your wrist, then give it a try. So I'm gonna do it on my hands to have a little bit more grip, but it's up to you. I think this one is a bit easier on the hands. So we're gonna walk facing the wall like this, and we're gonna keep that hollow shape for the handstands, so squeezing the glutes, bracing the core, and also protracting the shoulders, making yourself tall. So I'm gonna show you first. So like this. So you want to squeeze the glutes, brace your abs, push your shoulders away from the floor, push with your hands, sit. And walk forwards. So I'm going to show you again, and you can also stop before you go to a full handstand. You can do a little bit less close to the wall to make it easier, and then slowly go more and more towards the wall until you're really straight. So that will be a little bit easier. Like you can stop here, for example. So you're gonna squeeze your glutes, brace your core, internally rotate your elbows, and push the floor away with your hands. Make yourself tall. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more content like this, as always, please make sure to like, subscribe and share, and also comment, and I will be happy to help you. You can find my calisthenics course on my website at tishkefit.co.uk, and you can also find Improve Your Running at Home, which is running exercises that you can do at home to improve your running technique and also improve your fitness at home. So I hope you have a lovely day, and I see you soon. Bye bye.